I'm Valerie Naidoo, talk show host for Shedding Your Skin. Here with me in the studio today is co-host and producer Ursula. We are also joined by an amazing woman, Jasbir Jamani. Born in Mumbai, raised in Dubai, has a double major in fashion and marketing. Jasbir has had a flourishing career styling professionals in TV and the film industry. She moved over to Indonesia, Bali, a few years ago and considers Bali to be her second home. She also uses her own fashion label with an emphasis on fluid, elegance, and modernity. Welcome, Jasbir. So, Jasbir, tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us an insight into your professional and personal background.
Firstly, hi, both of you. Valerie, Ursula, thank you for having me on the show. Introduction about myself. So I've been born and bred in Dubai. I spent a very little while in Bombay, let's say about 30 days. So it doesn't really count. I've spent most of my life in Dubai, and I was born and brought up there and went through college there as well. I've spent a long time in the fashion industry, but I've been in and out of Bali for about 10 years, and it's been calling me for a long time. So last year was a good time to finally make that move. And in Bali, I run luxury villa rentals.
Awesome. Thank you.
That's very interesting, isn't it? Luxury villa rentals. And this is something which Jasbir is extremely good at. I mean, I've seen the entire process of her putting things together, like right from planning to move there, right from getting there and then finding things. I don't know how she's done it, but right now it looks really stunning. You can see a glimpse of a pool in the background where she is on the window. So Jasbir, tell me something. Like, I want to ask you, how has your life journey been so far? And do you have any regrets?
My life journey has been an amazing ride. I have no regrets. There have been fallbacks, there have been things that went wrong, but they've all been great stepping stones to get where I want to get. I do have the kind of personality where I kind of dive in first and then learn to swim later. So yes, that does create a few issues along the way, but no, it's been great. I've thoroughly enjoyed even all the mistakes I've made because I've learned great things from them.
That sounds very interesting, Jasbir. Thank you for that. So explain a situation where you felt lost, where something was a little bit out of your depth. What was it and how did you deal with it?
Well, last year in February, I packed my suitcases and left to a new place. And I decided to make Bali my home. And as we all know, last year was interesting for everyone. When I landed in Bali, I didn't know what I was going to be hit with. In a month's time, the world changed. And in March, everything just stopped. So I think one of the biggest things that I had to deal with in terms of a challenge was coming into a new place with the dream of starting a new business and having to make it wait for a year and a half before I could even get to it, because the timing just wasn't right. And of course, being in a country, being stranded and not being able to reach your family and get back to them was hard.
Wow, that must be truly
here
challenging.
we are. Yeah, here we are now.
So do you have any regrets?
Not really. If you personally ask me, I think I was in a great place when the pandemic happened because we did not have the kind of restrictions the rest of the world did.
Right.
Life seemed pretty normal, except for the fact that the island was quieter. But for me, that was an advantage because the world slowed down and it gave me a chance to grow roots in this place. It was great. I just, it kind of gave me the time to get to know more people, get to know the ways of the island, get to know how to set up a business. It was a great time for me to learn. So even out of all that negativity came a lot of positive.
Wow, that's very
I
nice.
like that.
Yeah, isn't it? Like this is
Yeah.
why her story is very inspiring, because she actually cut off everything. I mean, she just uprooted her entire career and life and moved on to a new place. So having said that, Jasbir, is there any opportunity that you've given up, something, which was really big, but that was like really hard for you to give up?
I think the one big thing I struggled with in life was having an opportunity to work as a designer for a European fashion house. And it was offered to me many years ago when I was still in Dubai. And I had to say no because I was just in the middle of commitments that were time sensitive at the time. I was doing a movie. I couldn't walk away. So I think in terms of just always thinking about, oh, what would have happened if I had done that? Life would have probably been very different. But looking at life today, I have nothing but gratefulness and thankfulness for where I am. So I think sometimes the universe just takes you where you need to go.
I like your optimism and I share your sentiment as well. The universe does indeed, take us where, we're meant to be. So Jasbir, as a child, what was your biggest fear and how do you think that connects with your current reality?
I think my biggest fear as a child was the fear of failure. And I carried it for a long time into my adulthood as well. Academically, I probably wasn't a very strong student. And I think, just the way our systems work, we end up being in places where we don't really belong. Like I've always been a creatively inclined person. And here I was trying to get a degree in commerce. It's just the way our education system set up. So you don't flourish. And for a lot of reasons, I probably did not fit in socially, which played on me as well and affected my academic outcome. But I think I've let go of that pretty late in time, but I've let go of it around in my 30s because I realized, you know what? You are unique as you are and everybody else is taken. So this is who you are and you take it as it comes.
That's really very interesting, actually, because what you actually said that like a lot of people do have this fear of failure, and the fact that you've decided to, just take it in your stride and move on and take such a big leap to be where you are right now. So my next question to you would be, if you could choose between heaven with your enemies or hell with your friends, what would you choose and why?
I'm going where my friends are going. Also, because I think we've all led some very interesting lives. Hell might be just our cup of tea. It'll be fun.
She says she's going where others are going. No, but she's the one who actually takes us there.
I think Ursi knows a couple of our stories.
Yeah.
Of course, you guys are talking about some very fond memories, right? Because you've obviously lived in Dubai and you guys had time to socialize with each other. So yeah, I'm sure Ursula, you are resonating.
We have traveled as well. And believe me when I say she knows, she takes you everywhere. You don't need to do anything.
Well,
See,
that's
what can I say? I'm a good planner. I coordinate things.
Okay, great. So, Jasbir, can you share with us a time when you felt that the universe was guiding you, almost nudging you to a point?
It's probably got to be this year, Valerie. I've had a lot of setbacks trying to get to this business. I've actually had 2 villa deals fall apart. I've been close to the point where I have questioned why I'm even here, and I was ready to turn back and go home. I've had issues with contracts, with the amount of years that I was allowed to lease the property. And I mean, it's not been an easy ride. It's been interesting, but it's not been easy. Like I've had all my furniture custom made for the villa, and I've had to literally beg people to keep it in holding and storage because I didn't have a villa to put it in. But the universe has really guided me from April this year. And as heartbreaking as it was, I know it was leading me to the right place. And every day that I wake up here in Ganeshvila Estate, I realize that I landed on my feet and just where I was supposed to be.
That is really amazing. I have seen your journey as well. And today I can say I'm really proud of you and what you've achieved. And may you grow and prosper even more and inspire many others who see your journey. So my next question right now is just related to this one. Maybe it's this one, but what has been your biggest achievement till date? And what is the impact it has had in your life?
It's probably been setting up a business at the age that I did, because I realized I wanted a career change. And I've always said two things. I've always said one thing. I'm not good at a lot of things. I'm only good at two things. I know how to make women look beautiful, and I know how to make homes look beautiful. So I chose the second path because I'd done fashion for long enough. I needed a change of pace. I needed to be somewhere else. And I know it's been a year and a half in the coming, but I finally landed here. And I am nothing but grateful to everybody that listened to my worries and my tears and my frustrations and still told me to keep going and held me together. And my family and my friends have been my biggest cheerleaders. Every day that I thought, I can't do this anymore, they let me know that I will. They believed in me enough for me to believe in myself. I remember calling up Ursula, actually, and telling her, I didn't realize it would take me a year and a half from moving away from home to actually be able to wake up in my own kitchen and be able to make my own cup of coffee in my own home. That's how long it took to just have something that simple. But it's so great to be here. I have nothing but happiness and love for everybody that stood by me.
Jasbir, I like the fact that you say you had a strong support structure. I really do believe in the power behind that, because as strong as we are, and we are more or less aligned with our purpose, but being human as well, we also have this very deep and vulnerable side. And the fact that you have a support structure is guiding you, right? It's people that you can actually go to. We all have these mentors, right? And I'm so glad that you have such mentors in your life as well. So my next question to you would be, what would be your advice to someone wanting to leave everything behind, to get out of their comfort zone and just leave their life behind? What would be your advice to that individual?
Pack your bags and leave.
That's it.
That's all I gotta say. Just pack your bags and leave. If that calling is strong enough, and if your belief system's strong enough, it's all gonna work out. It just has to. Because failure is just not an option. So pack your bags and leave. Go live that life. Don't have regrets. Don't think about what could have possibly happened. People make massive life changes at the age of 50 and 60. And you know what? I'm glad that there are strong people in the world who actually do things like that, because it gives us somebody to look up to and say, it's all good. If they can make it happen, so can we. There's no age to do it. It's just knowing that this is what I want and just keep following that direction.
That's very, very good advice, Jasbir. And like a lot of us are in our comfort zones and we kind of get used to things. And this is a extremely, it's actually a challenging advice. It's something which people really need to shake their head off and get on. But looking at your life and what you've done and your journey, so I'm sure that this can definitely inspire many people to get out of their comfort zone, pack their bags and just leave. So having said that, the final question to you from our side would be, what is it that you look forward to as you're growing older?
Oh, I'm not growing old. I have a pact with my friends. We're gonna stay young forever. We're gonna go out dancing on tables in our high heels. We're not going old at all. Because if they go old, that means I have to admit that I'm getting old. So nobody's allowed to go old.
Yeah, and you wouldn't let us, right?
We're staying young forever.
She wouldn't allow it. She wouldn't allow you guys
No,
to
she
get old.
wouldn't. Like, see what she does. Like, you make sure you dress. You keep dressed up well. She makes sure you're like. She doesn't let you slack when it comes to looking good. So
Well, I've always said this to people. Why aren't we just more nicer to ourselves for ourselves? Why are we waiting to get dressed and put on makeup and look pretty for somebody? Why can't we just wake up and do that for ourselves? Just so we feel better every day and we look nice, and you don't need anybody to validate that. Feeling beautiful is your birthright.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
definitely. I like that. So, Jasbir, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been most wonderful to have you in our studio. And I just want to wish you best of luck with your future endeavors.
Best of luck,
Thank you
Jasbir.
so
Thank
much.
you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.